Sistas, Bonafide. Sistas, Bonafide. Sistas, Bonafide. I got my sister and me.
Hey, girl. What's wrong with my shorty?
Nothing. Girl, I gotta tell you.
What?
I have to stop eating, I think I'm gonna cut out McDonald's fries.
Why? McDonald's?
I know, no, because every single time lately, when I've been eating them, I don't eat them a lot, but when I do, I've been feeling really jittery. After work, around 5 o'clock this afternoon, I ate it for lunch earlier. I was fine right after that, nothing happened. But then around 5 o'clock, I started feeling super jittery. And this isn't the first time that happened. So I'm I was shaking. I felt crazy. And each time I noticed that each time I would eat them, I would, not every time, but most of the time I would eat them, I would feel this way. So I'm thinking, I think it's the salt on those fries. Yes. They poured too much salt on them. And you would think that somebody with some sense would have stopped eating them after the first 15 times I got jittery, but sometimes I be craving it.
Don't make me math practice soon.
Because I just be wanting them. But today I was no, I really had to go lay down. That's why I had to take a nap because I was out of it. I just did not feel well. And I know it was from those fries. I know my pressure had to been up like crazy.
That's what I was gonna say. All that salt messes with your blood pressure.
Yes, and I already got high blood pressure. I don't need nothing else.
I'm just gonna say something.
What?
Because we saying this now, but
it's true. It's girl.
When we get together and we a quarter pounder meal sounds real good right now.
It's true. I already know. I've said this so many times. I was I'm not gonna eat these anymore. These are too salty. They mess with my blood pressure.
Sometimes they saltier than others though. So sometimes they come okay. Sometimes they come extra salty.
Yeah. I thought you said extra salty.
I did so.
You just said
oh gosh. But
yeah, girl, that was my afternoon, evening, whatever.
That was your
Yeah. Being jittery. How are you though?
Today I was laughing throughout the day because I couldn't help but just think about some crazy stories from our past. Laughing about things that only you and I know about, girl.
Hey, so kick it off. What were you laughing at specifically? Because I got a whole bunch of them in my mind.
I don't know everything. I just you think back to when you was that young and then you say did we really do that? I don't know, just down to our photo shoots, impromptu photo shoots, wherever we were.
No, for real.
I knew you was my sister if you would get down that low just to get a good shot of me.
Well, I had that low to go. I am short, so I didn't have that far to go.
That's true. In front of properties that we shouldn't be lingering in front of on rooftops. I mean, just all those good memories, girl.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. Those are definitely good memories. Even by the canal.
Oh,
we got some good shots by the Gowanus canal.
What?
I don't care.
I peeked down in them in that little grass area.
Yeah.
What? And you got down below. I looked like I was in the whole rainforest, girl.
For real. And your outfit and everything, you had the curls.
I had those pictures. I would have inserted them right there.
I know. Nah, yeah, that would have been cute. Cute. We gotta find them. They're somewhere or somebody. One of our computers.
It's crazy. When you think back to just. I mean, I don't know if it's the same for you, but even before we met, before we officially met, I used to see you all the time, in the hallways and stuff.
Yeah, me too.
So I used to see you. I used to be like, she look cool. I see you used to mind your own business, do what you have to do. I said, that's somebody I need to be my friend.
I said the same thing. You know something? It's funny that you mentioned this because and I don't think I ever told you this, but the first time I saw you and actually noticed you was back in the day when we used to wear our hair a certain way, right? It was you had the hump and then you had the ponytail.
Oh God.
And I used to love to wear my hair like that. I loved it. And I saw you, I'm like, oh snap, her hair look nice. And then yours is longer than mine. So I was like, okay, it look cute.
I cannot, because that hump was like, I think that hump was when that hump was a thing. Like
it was popular. Yeah, I wore it too.
Yo,
yes.
That's crazy, because I even forgot I wore my hair in that style. But I used to wear. I used to try to perfect my hump every morning.
I could see it in my mind. Like I could see you with that hairstyle, and just you like walking down the hallway like a model. Like you were just like damn, like ain't nobody messing with Zaya. I don't care.
That was way back when, girl. That was, but that was way back when, and you know. Mm-hmm. I'm hitting the 30s. So, you know, I'm a little...
You're not hitting them. It's like outside your door. Like, it's coming in. You're no longer hitting anything. It's you about to be it. So, I just want to correct you just in case you forgot.
What? Oh, in front of the sisters? In front of everybody? You came with it? You know what? What makes me feel better? You know what makes me feel better?
Go ahead.
What makes me feel better is that you're always gonna be 1 year old. OLD-er. No, but no, seriously though, the fact that you even said motto, I mean,
let them know. No, okay, and that was the first instance where I saw you. I was like, dang, this girl got it going on. Like she's bad. But the second and like official time was when, like you said, the fashion show. So we were both auditioning for this high school fashion show that our one of our classmates was throwing. And I remember you. It was to Usher's song, "Bad Girl."
Oh, I know about it. All right, let me stop before we get taken down for.
I know, before we get.
Yeah.
Just hum it out. Yes. And I remember exactly where I was. Like I was on the side of the stage, and you came walking down, like as if you were walking down a runway. And I was like, damn, this girl is good. Like this girl is awesome.
I said the same thing about you. I was like, there's a whole lot of fierceness in this little
body. Thank you, girl.
You better stop, because you was working all of that.
Oh, thank you, girl. But remember then, I don't know if that was before or after, but like, I think we were auditioning for it. Mm-hmm. And then it was at a point where we both were like standing side by side, and we were like, he was like, I hope you get it. And I was like, no, I think you're going to get it, and vice versa.
Yes. I remember that. That was like the birth of the sisterhood right there. Mm-hmm. Like, just think about it. We were strangers. And it's from true. That first moment right there, like how we bigged each other up. And that was like the foundation of our conversation, like bigging each other up, you know, wishing each other well. And I mean, that's just how it all started. And I think that's why we are where we are today. What, 15 years?
15 years. It's so crazy.
It started on that positivity, you know?
Mm-hmm. And it was genuine positivity. It was literally like, even though we didn't know each other, but we knew that, you know, we were complimenting each other, but it was real. Like we both felt it, you know?
I feel like somebody else would have, because you thinking that way about me and me thinking that way about you, somebody else would have viewed it as competition.
Exactly.
Instead of saying, wow, like I see strength that I see in myself in this girl that I don't even know. Like,
yeah.
And to just exude that, like, you know, you exude all that.
You was doing that too, girl. You was.
So yeah, it's crazy.
It was a lot.
Let's not get into. Hold on.
What happened?
What happened? What you want to say? Because you want to be making this stuff up on Instagram and stuff. You want to be telling the people.
Did I lie? Was there a lie told? I didn't lie.
I don't know. Can you prove it?
I heard it. What do you think? I heard it. No,
wait, no. Can we not get into it? Wait, before we say that, can we get into real quick how, you know, the makeup artist at first was trying to give us all of this orangey. I mean,
honestly,
we love Miss Blank, but that orange eyeshadow was not the business.
I mean, it suited different shades, you know, the shades of complexions, beautiful complexions that she put it on before. But when it got to chocolate me, I'm like, boo, you no. So thank God for Auntie for coming through, because Auntie hooked me up. Okay, so
Auntie Desiree for coming and fixing us up, because everybody else had on orange eyeshadow.
Oh my gosh, it was not working. I was like, no, and I had no idea like what worked and what didn't. But I knew that didn't work for me. So I was like, no, this orange is not the business.
Glossy, metallic. And it's just the point that everybody else had it on. But then, you know, you came with your really cute hairstyle, with your bang flip and your high ponytail, and you came all the way through with the hairstyle.
Thank you, girl.
And you asked me to.
First of all, yes, I asked you to add a little flip or something to it, because it was bone straight. I wanted to have a little, I guess, a flip or a curl, whatever. I had no idea what I had bought. I didn't know it was fake. I didn't know. So I was like, can you hook me up with a little curl? She was like, okay, I'll do it.
In your defense, though, some of the ponytails, the clip-in ponytails, are heat resistant. You're supposed to be able to apply like a low amount of heat. So, you know, in both of our defense, I think we both thought that. But what I will say is that I couldn't let you know it was burning. I could have let you know.
You should have let me know. I was sitting there and I hear it. Like, I heard it sizzling. I didn't say anything, because I'm like, look, she's doing me a favor. Like, I can't
wrong for that, though. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't want her to hate me. I was trying to take the upper hair and put it over. I was trying to play it real cool. Like, no, it's coming out this way.
It was like, I was like, oh, it's sizzling. But it was okay. It was black anyway. The stage was dark. The auditorium was dark. So we just put it over. Nobody saw nothing. It was fine.
No, I know, right? But I mean, honestly, though, just that whole thing, that was just like, the fact that we were doing something that we enjoyed and that we clearly both had interest in, like at that time when we were younger. I mean, still now, but like the fashion and wanting to do it, that was like a great bonding experience. And
it was.
I wonder, right? Like, you wonder it. I mean, not to say would we have like connected the way we did if it wasn't for the fashion show.
Yeah, I think so.
You did a grade above me.
Yes.
At what other moment would we really have spent that time together?
I really don't know. It's true. And I mean, yeah, that's a good point. And I think, not to like get all sentimental or like get down and out, but like, I feel like your friend, like our friendship, our bond, the birth of that bond, like it definitely like woke me up and tore me away from a just disruptive and toxic relationship that I was in at that time. Like, I feel like you having your friendship at that time, it kind of made me realize my worth and understood like what I brought to the table, and that I was not with the right person at that time. So I felt like all in all, I was extremely thankful for that. Like the time that I spent with you, like I was just like, wow, like this is what a healthy, relationship, friendship, whatever it is. Like, this is what it looks like.
Members, exactly.
Exactly.
You, girl, because I think we was in the same boat, talking to some stupid boys that was not worth our time at all.
No.
So I think that building each other up was like an eye opener for both of us,
It was.
Because sometimes you need that. You need somebody else to come in and, like to let you know, I see you,
Exactly.
It's different when it comes from your family, and not to say that your family says things just because they have to, because they don't.
No, they don't. Right.
When you have like an outside source that's like, letting you know, or seeing your worth and bigging you up the way I think we did, and just establishing with like the fact that you can have those healthy relationships outside of people that you're used to having them with.
Exactly.
And just like what that meant for us. And I mean, the fact that we lived down the block from each other our entire lives and never knew it. I mean, I believe in fate in every way, you know.
Exactly.
Fate in every way, because come on, all our lives living literally down the block, end up at never seen each other in the neighborhood. End up at the same high school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like, how crazy is that?
That is crazy. That's the definition, like you said, of fate, and that's like God's way of saying, like, you know, this is what it's supposed to be. You guys didn't connect at that point in your lives, but in the most pivotal point, I feel like in our lives, you know, we're bordering on like teenagers and going into like, you know, adulthood and stuff like that. Like that was the point where we were supposed to meet and build that bond together. So that was definitely God's work for sure. Like that's amazing.
I think Elliot like puts it best, because he always says like, y'all two people that, you know, he's seen us grow up, you know, together.
Yes.
He's seen our friendship grow, and like from the beginning, you know.
From the beginning,
yes. Like the way y'all lift each other up, and the way you guys make each other better. And he was like, I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Exactly.
You know? And I don't know, but
like speaking of family, it's like the way that we've just blended with each other's families is another crazy. You know what I mean? Like Elliot is my big brother. I see him as my big brother, and I know vice versa. He sees that as his little sister. Like, and like you said, he's seen me grow up since a kid, like a teenager. Like now I'm an adult, so I can say like literally as a kid, he's seen me grow up. So it's like, and then just with like, you know, with everybody else in your family, it's like they became my family, you know what I mean? And vice versa. It's just crazy. Yeah, it's just like you would never have thought, like from a stranger's perspective, they could never think that like we had just met as teenagers. Like one would think that we knew each other since birth, like we just grew up together in the same household or whatever the case is. But it's like the way we just blended each other's families and became one. It's like
really
crazy.
blended. We really blended. We really blended, because you with big bro. And
exactly. That's my boo. That's my husband.
That's your husband, and
it's
like
true.
My baby's godmommy. My baby's godmommy.
That exactly. Yes, that's my baby. That's my god baby. Like, come on, it's extremely blended, and it's just crazy how fast and how authentic that you know, it just all became. Like you were around, like when my aunt Nisi was around, like, you know, when she was still alive, you got to meet her. It's like it's crazy. Like it definitely puts life into perspective. I feel like just having those bonds with like people who you don't, you know, who are not blood related to you. Like blood is no thicker than water, like that. And I feel like that's a really true saying when it comes to us.
Liz was my only other female in my life that was like consistent, and that was my other half. That I never knew I could have a bond like that outside of her.
Exactly.
And the fact that we all three were able to, it's like the mesh. I really feel like we were just sisters from another mister. Like,
it's true. It's so true.
And honestly, what made me be, our families were so similar.
Yes.
Right? In terms of like my grandmother, your grandmother, your mom. I think that's another thing that kept our friendship, and this relationship between our families and stuff as good as it was, because I think that your mom and my grandmother was on the same page when it came to how they raised us.
Yep.
What we were and were not allowed to do.
Yep.
And I think once my grandmother like said, you know, not only is this a good girl, but she saw how your mom was with you and how your grandma was and everything. It was like, it was beyond us. It was like trusting each other's families with one another.
Exactly.
You know, and I think that was like a very core piece of our friendship too. Like the fact that our families were able to connect on that, and my grandmother knew when I was with you and your family, I was safe, and that's I was good, and vice versa. You know.
Exactly. That's a really good point, because I don't think our friendships, just to be honest, I don't think our friendship would have been as strong if one of us had, didn't value the the meaning of family as the other one did. Like, for example, like we both understand and know that family comes first. Right. And that we definitely were brought up a certain way that like maybe other teenagers at the time weren't brought up that way. So it was kind of like, we may not have been able to build the bond that we have now because we were just, we were brought up old school. That's just what it is. That's
like,
just,
your mom wasn't trying to let you be up in nobody's house, and neither was
no, exactly. So it's like, yeah. So it's like how how far would our friendship have gone if I was a loose girl and you were, your family was like, nah, you're not doing that, or vice versa. Like we would have eventually split ways because we're not on the same page, and because since we both have like those tight family bonds, it's like, that I think that's the real glue that kept us together.
What they wanted from us,
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's just it's so much, and
it's
I think,
a lot.
We're not here saying we've never had a disagreement, but
No.
I think that one thing is that we've never disrespected each other.
No.
No. And just being friends through and through, like, people claim they like to, compliment and support, and they got your back, and it's just to your face. And then when it comes down to it, they really haters, or they really they talk about you like. So what I was gonna say is that what I was saying.
No, you were saying, how like some friends like they talk behind each other's backs and stuff like that. Yeah. And how you were saying, like, you at first you was like how Coco, you was like how what you said. I'm like, you just started staring at me. I was like, wait, what happened? I thought something happened. I thought I had like a roach in back of me.
I'm turning this into a whole train.
No, you're not. This is fun. I love this. Let's keep this going.
It's just that I'm so
no.
I feel like now we video chat for real.
Exactly. This is what we do. But but wait. I'm sorry. I got it. Because I don't know if you remember this. I think I brought this up to you. We were on the stoop. This was around like Halloween. And so it made sense, but it didn't make sense at the same time. So I'm sitting, you know how you got like the bar in front of the building? I'm sitting with my back facing the sidewalk, which I normally would never do. I like to see what's going on. But I got cute and wanted to sit my back toward the street. So I think you were standing like in front of me. So we were, talking, being silly. All of a sudden, some two kids, they came and just sprayed silly string on me. Like, I just kept walking like nothing. I'm like, what? Why? What? And we were just, I'm sitting there clueless, like, what the heck just happened? I don't know. It's like, it's silly things like that we just experienced together. And it's just like, seriously, what is going on?
I mean, I need to get a water bottle thrown at you.
Oh, God.
You remember that when we was walking down?
Of course I do. That was, I think that was the day of your prom or like something like that. It was like a big event. It was something.
My prom, I didn't even remember that, but that's messed
It was.
Like, what did we even do? What did I do?
We know. You don't remember? We chased that car, but we lost it after. And it was hot that day too. It was hot.
We were walking down Fulton like by
Zales, yeah.
Right? And it was right that corner, and then they just the car was coming around the block, and all I feel is
I saw that. I was like, and then they sped off because they knew.
Nah, but you know what I love about you though?
What?
I love how I know when you really pissed because you start cussing. You know we don't have potty mouths. That's just never been us.
No.
But I know when Coco is pissed because she will start.
I can't control myself. I can't stop.
I know it's serious. Right there.
When I'm mad, I curse. I do. I can't help it.
And let's talk about how we'll chase after a car together.
Right?
In degree weather. So, I mean, shout out.
I didn't care what the temperature was. Like, how dare you? So, that was crazy. Those were like the two of the craziest things that we that we that we went through. It's a lot. It's so much.
Then you got all the pretending, being serious about auditioning for American Idol rehearsing. I'm telling you, I remember that. I said, I don't know.
We did.
We did, right?
Yeah.
I think you were trying. What I think happened was, and correct me if I'm wrong, you were trying to convince me.
Yes.
Right? I mean, because some people say that I got a little tune to my voice and all, right?
Some people don't say it. Everybody says it because it's true.
Well, it might. Everybody might say it, but what everybody don't say about you because they don't know, right? Is that Coco could sing behind all, and I'm the only person in the world who knows this. Like what? Something's wrong. So I think what happened was I was like, well, you need to try out with me, but then I'll try out just so you could try out.
I think that's what happened.
And you was trying to be my support, and I was like, and then I think we was just in the room like rehearsing over and over again.
It didn't happen. It just didn't happen. No, hold on, wait.
Stop.
You remember you had this like jewelry hand in your room. You used to keep your rings on them.
Oh my gosh! Don't even tell me right now.
And that was around the time when Rihanna came out with that song Disturbia, and I had the hand and I was like shaking it each time and saying Disturbia. Like why did we do these things? Like what sisters that made? No, but wait, I'm sorry. I keep coming up with stuff.
What?
You were the reason why, like, I was the first. This is the first time that I ever got on a plane was to go to Puerto Rico, and that was because of you.
You gotta stop it.
Like, not even. It's just that we had such a great time there. Like,
that trip to Puerto Rico, like, and I think us being as young as we were, that was my first time. I think I went to Puerto Rico and I was like 2, but not good enough for me. So that was like our first time going out, like going away and like experience like a vacation. And that was a bonding experience all on its own, girl.
We had a great time. Like I could see Liz like be in the living room acting a fool.
No.
And that, oh my goodness. And just to talk about her real fast, like I know you mentioned her earlier, it's just like the way that she became my sister too. It's just crazy. Like I love that crazy girl. Like she definitely became, my family as well. It's just, I don't know. The way that our relationship just blossomed so quickly is crazy.
I mean, that's your sis, and she's your sis in Lord.
And Lord, that is true.
Right.
This is true.
There's sister bonds on so many levels,
On so many levels, yes, girl. So
I will say that, I think that that's another thing, just the way we think about one another in terms of, like, it's always love and it's always realness, like elevating one another on so many different levels and trueness,
exactly.
being able to speak to each other. I don't even know if that's the word, trueness.
We gonna make it up. It's all right.
It sounds like, it's all right. It's Friday, so.
It's Friday. We can say what we want. Yes.
We even things that we're not sure how the other person's gonna feel about it, but we're able to be honest with one another because we know, I'm going to understand and
exactly.
And
it's the thoughtfulness too, like the thoughtfulness and the respect.
I want to shed a little light on the fact that we've been having dreams and aspiration and goals together, like since young. And I could remember us sitting at the Atlantic Diner when it used to be.
Oh my gosh!
Scraping up change for whatever meals we could afford or share together. And like talking about like what we want to do or the things that we could do, how we can make an impact on the women or girls at the time. And remember we used to have all these ideas to start like extracurricular programs in the school.
Girl, yes.
You want you wanna tell them what Sistas Bonafide would have been?
What was it gonna be? Wait, what?
You can't say it.
Oh. You know, what's wrong with us?
Your mask is already coming off because mine did.
I thought my face was swollen up, honestly. Like, I felt like it was. Is it swollen? No, right?
No, it don't look like it.
It felt like it was swollen.
For real?
Okay, never mind. Yeah, maybe because it's just so tight.
Yeah, I think that's right. Nah, I don't look like
it doesn't. Okay, good. It doesn't look like it, but it felt like it. I was like, oh god.
Nah, yeah, it's probably because the mask is getting tight.
Because it's tight. Yeah, it's all right.
But
you know what's wrong with us? I cannot.
What is he doing? What is you laughing
at you? Because she was like, you can't say that. Okay, never mind.
Yo, I'm done with us. I'm really I'm
no, all right. Yeah, but no, oh girl, it's just like the fact that we've been friends for as long, like we've literally been friends for 15 years, probably going on 16 now, and it's like we've seen each other through our adolescence, adulthood, like literally, like it's been a long, like we've gone through so much together, just in terms of our growth, our just the different trials and tribulations that we face individually, and how we were there for each other in those times. It's just, and it's like, it wasn't even okay. Like let's be honest, right? Like with some people, you might have to think, you might have to think twice about, like, okay, well, should I like invest this time in this person? Because this is like, I don't know. Like you have to think twice about it with some people. I know for me, but like with us, it's like it was never a question.
Never.
Like whatever the situation was, okay, we dropping what we doing, like we gonna be there. Like that's just what it is. It doesn't even have to have a thought process behind it. Like this is what it's gonna be. So it's just, I think that level of like friendship and that level of respect and love for one another, like that just surpasses any kind of regular friendship. Like we have a special thing here, and it's just beautiful.
First of all, we're there for each other 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie, and I want to state these things because if you ain't got, if you don't have this dynamic with somebody you call your sis, then it's not that.
It's not. That's not your sis.
I think the transparency, like, I think you're one of the only people that I know I could say anything to and never feel judgment from.
No.
The things that I might be afraid to say to somebody else, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know I could say, even if we don't agree, but we know, and vice versa, we could say those things to one another.
That's right.
Supporting each other through and through. Not saying it to one another's faces, but then secretly hating.
Exactly.
That's the other part.
Exactly.
Like we lift each other up. We lift each other up when we don't even know we lift each other up.
Yep.
And respect. We've never once called each other out of our name.
No, that's not how we roll.
We've never once like raised a voice to one another.
Mm-mm.
Even when we've had disagreements, like we've never disrespect. Because I feel like sometimes when there's some points that you have a disagreement, and there's a point where you can't come back from.
There's no coming back. Exactly.
You can ruin a whole friendship off for disrespecting somebody in the wrong way at the wrong time.
That's right.
And we've always like talked about our issues. We've always talked about the positive, the negative, and not just within us. Just life in general.
Just life in general, yeah.
And so many things we carried each other through, like even regarding our families and losing people we love, and on both sides, and just consistency.
Yes.
That's another thing, like just consistency. And I don't know, girl. You just
and it, you know, it's easy to be the sister and a friend to you, because it's like you said, okay, nobody's gonna agree 100% of the time. Like, to me, that's not a real relationship anyway. Like, sometimes you're gonna disagree, like, but it's all in how you know what I mean? Like, it's all in how you communicate and bounce back from it, and you be done with it. It's not a big deal. But like, you make it easy to be my authentic self. Right. Because, you know, you I think the older we get, the more we realize that, like, you know, you're only doing yourself a disservice if you're around people that you can't be your authentic self with. Like, life is too short for you to be faking the funk. And I feel like with us, we don't ever fake it. Like, we are who we are with each other. And, you know, that's just, and we can, like you said, we can say things openly, even if we may feel like, you know, the other one may not agree, but that's okay. It's like, we still feel that we can still be authentic with each other. And that's, sometimes it takes people years to build that. But I feel like we're so much alike in so many ways.
That's another thing.
It's like, yo, it's like I be in your head and you be in mine. It's just like, girl, get out my head.
Yo, it's like the telepathy. No, seriously, I know they say opposites attract, but I mean, you know, they say, oh, if you're too much alike, or this, it won't. That's not the case. Like,
it's not the case.
Scary. I'm like,
it's like the other day we was just humming a song. Like, I had just started singing a song and it was already in your head. Like, what? A random song? Like, no, come on now. Like, that's not the first time. Like, it's just been so many other instances where, like, yo, like, we're just aligned in so many ways in how we think and how we react to certain things. You know, we take steps back before we react. Like, we think it through, as opposed to, like, just being, you know, reactive. We kind of be proactive with certain things. And I think that definitely plays a role too in how much of, you know, how strong of a friendship we have. Girl. And then you just beautiful. Like, I mean, listen, I know you are. I love having a beautiful sister. Like, I'm just saying,
like, you beautiful. You gorgeous. Like,
you're gorgeous too, girl.
On the exterior, but you're just like a beautiful soul, girl.
Same here, girl. And speaking of soul, like, we're both old souls, and I think that's something.
Say it.
We're like old souls when it comes down to just upbringing, music, culture, like everything you can think of. Yes. We're old souls.
Yes, it
and
is. Yes,
that definitely connected us too.
I think so. But do we have anything we want to, like, do we have any advice?
Any advice? That's a good question. I mean, go ahead. No, go ahead.
You sure?
Huh?
You sure?
All right, no, I was gonna say, if, like, so all jokes aside, like, if there are people who are questioning a friendship or questioning whether you have somebody that has your back, you know, listen to those vibes, because I feel like a real friendship, you won't have to question.
That's
right. You know, it'll be true. It'll feel right in your spirit, in your soul. Listen to that inner voice, because you don't want to get to a point where, you know, you have a serious issue that you can't bounce back from, where, you know, it becomes outrageous and you can't bounce back from it. Mm-hmm. So definitely, if it's something that's really, you know, like, questioning you about, like, this certain person that's in your life or friend, listen to it, you know, and act on it as needed. But yeah, that's my advice.
I think so. I think something else is, so two things, like, be kind to each other.
Yes.
You know, be kind to each other. And I think this, I mean, this might not be like tell or be all, but come back from negative situations. Yes. I feel like the older I get, the older we get, old and older we get, old and older we get.
Why she have to bring it up again? We already covered that.
I'm just saying. I think that, you know, you want to, like, decrease the tension, decrease the drama, decrease the negativity as much as possible, right?
Yes.
So it's like, don't be afraid to be the first person to say sorry.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to be the first person to want to talk it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think a lot of the times females stay, you know, with such a bad vibe or wedge between them because nobody wants to be the first one to admit to either being wrong, saying sorry, or even saying this is so dumb, like for us to be having this vibe and this aura between us anyway.
Exactly.
You know, everybody wanna be too big or be too up to make that first move.
Exactly.
And realizing that it doesn't matter because time is not on nobody's side.
Anybody's side.
It's not on anyone's side. You know, so just like make the most if you do have that person in your life. Don't let little things be the reason why you have any kind of negative aura and energy between one another, you know?
It's true. It is so true because life is too short. Those are really good pieces of advice.
Yeah, so,
I love that.
I mean, that's what I gotta say to the sisters.
All right, girl.
All right, girl, but we ain't even on time. This Friday we is tired.
We is tired. Like this has been a nice little trip down memory lane. It's also been, you know, really good to kind of reflect on how far we've come and just how our friendship was born. Like I think this has been this has been nice. I like it.
I love to keep with you. I love
Me too, girl. Me too.
Before we go, I just want to say that I love you, girl.
I love you too, girl. I love you.
But all right, y'all. So
all right, y'all.
Again, all right, girl. We going.
All right, love you, girl.
Next Friday.
Yes.
All right, girl.
Bye.
Bye.
It's official. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Ding. Sistas Bonafide.